Does your puppy have times, probably in the early evening, where they get extra wild and obnoxious and they bite like crazy and they refuse to listen and they just generally act like they've been possessed? Well, this is a little something that we at the Three Lost Dogs Academy like to call hyper attack mode. Here are the signs that your puppy is in hyper attack mode. Biting and or jumping like a maniac, biting with more force than normal, crash tackling the kids or your other pets, yanking on your clothes, shoelaces, or hair, barking or growling when held back from their victim, frantically searching for things to chew and destroy, even less ability to focus than normal, or paying zero attention to your instructions/reprimands/pleas for the madness to stop. This might make you feel like you don't like your puppy very much, or sad that your puppy doesn't seem to like you very much, afraid your puppy is aggressive. Because you knew that puppies play bite, right? But this doesn't seem like friendly, playful mouthing. You might feel guilty for inflicting this mayhem on your family. You might feel like there's not enough caffeine or alcohol in the world to get you through this. Or like you're just not cut out for this, right? It's that feeling of, okay, either I adopted the worst puppy in the world or I just suck at this because raising a puppy was supposed to be fun, but this is just terrible. And we get it. I mean, Aaron and I have been there ourselves. Puppies sure can be infuriating, but here's the good news about hyper attack mode. Your puppy doesn't actually hate you, and they're not being defiant, even though it sure feels like they are. And it's also not true aggression. It's more like a toddler throwing a tantrum. And some of the reasons it happens include, number one, they're tired and cranky. Just like human toddlers, puppies can be obnoxious when they're overdue for a nap, and they need a lot of naps throughout the day. And sleep quality is key, so not too hot, not too cold, in a place where they're not going to be interrupted by loud noises. Number two is not enough exercise and enrichment. Puppies need to run and play and explore in age-appropriate ways every day. Experiment to figure out what kinds of low-impact exercise your puppy likes. Try tug-of-war, chasing toys, hide and seek, digging in a sandbox, or very short walks. How much exercise? It depends on the dog. I know, that's a very helpful answer, but a good bet for the average 3-month-old puppy is about 45 minutes per day, broken up into 2 to 3 sessions. Next up is too much exercise. 20 minutes of running might just make your puppy more hyper. I mean, think of how a 3-year-old child might have a screaming meltdown after a few hours of running around Disneyland. They're confused. If your puppy doesn't understand exactly what you're asking of them, they can get cranky. This can happen during training if you ask for too much too soon or if your communication is unclear. You gotta progress through training in baby steps that make it easy for the puppy to be successful. They could be frustrated because they don't know how to get what they want. Most puppies have a very low tolerance for frustration. If Sparky doesn't understand how to get at the thing that he wants, a bitey tantrum may ensue. So they need to be taught calm ways to ask for what they want. And for the times where they can't have what they want, like, sorry Sparky, you can't eat the cat no matter how nicely you ask, a patient, gradual training approach that teaches good alternative behaviors and reinforces the crap out of those behaviors is the way to go. All of these reasons have something in common. They're the results of a need not being met. Meeting your puppy's needs for exercise, rest, clear communication, and structured cooldowns will keep the crazy to a minimum. In the last video, I mentioned how the crazy, out-of-control biting is a symptom, not the actual problem, and this is what I meant. You gotta address the reason your puppy is in hyper attack mode. Just trying to punish the biting, or ignore the biting, or make a yelping noise when they bite can just make things worse. Because if you are focusing real hard on the symptom, the biting, you're not addressing the root issue. This is why one of the pillars of our puppy training program is all about meeting your puppy's needs. And when new students or one-on-one training clients come to us to help get their puppy's behavior under control, we don't just tell them to do things like make a yelping noise and ignore bad behavior. If you've tried that, you've probably noticed that it does make things worse with a lot of puppies. You stand up and ignore the puppy, and they sink their teeth into your ankles. You walk out of the room, and they scream bloody murder. So instead, what we help our clients do is teach their puppy polite, tooth-free ways to ask for what they need, communicate clearly and reduce frustration-based biting, channel the bitiness into activities that people actually enjoy. Like, yes, your Malinois, Shepherd, Heeler, Pit Bull will always enjoy biting, and that can be a feature, not a bug. Build their puppy's drive to play with toys so they have something to redirect them onto when they bite. And like 99% of the people watching this just said, well, I tried toys, but that didn't work either. Yes, I know. It's not working because there are a few crucial elements that you're missing. And we have a bunch of frameworks and exercises and training games to help you take the guesswork out of this process in our program. But you can start by treating biting as communication. When Sparky gets crazy, ask yourself, what does my puppy need right now? This will go a long way towards making biting less of an issue. All right, thanks for watching. See you next time.